Sean's Story, Chapter 55, Treehouse Isekai. Chrome does everything else, though. If it's a game, stream, or video site, then I use Brave. I see. It had taken over a week for my training equipment to arrive. Miley went with me to the warehouse. We took the low boy. Even though the packages wouldn't need that much space, it was still more than the pickup could hold. Seems a major waste of space, doesn't it? Yeah, but what can you do? Anything else to look for? Anything else to look for while we're here? More tree seeds? Got it. Might try one of the supermarkets. Colmart, perhaps. What's a call, and why does it need a whole market to itself? I laughed. Sorry, love, but Coltons are the founding owners of that chain of stores, so it's called Colmart, as in Colton's Market. No such thing as a cow. At least, I don't think there is. Oh, that's a little egotistical. What do they sell? Wow. Maybe we can get some food first. I took her in for a side hug. Sure thing. Something simple, maybe. We can pick up better food to take home. How's burgers sound? I'd answer that if I knew what those were. Slap my forehead. Duh, ground beef patties, fried, topped with cheese, maybe bacon, stuck on a bun with sauce, pickles, onions, tomatoes, and lettuce. Just a quick snack, somewhat filling and easy to eat on the move. Won't even have to get out of the truck. Well, actually we would. I don't trust myself to haul that trailer through a drive-thru. We can get some french fries or onion rings to go with the burgers. What about that sweet, bubbly drink? She looked extremely hopeful. Sure, in fact, we can get some different flavors at Colmart while we're there. You can have a basic cola from the burger joint, just for now, unless you want something clear. They got lemon lime flavor there, and there's something called mild yellow, too. I'll just stick with the cola. I know I like that. Maybe try some of the others that you buy from the store. I got into the hauler and started driving. Roughly 10 minutes later, we had arrived at the Burger Emperor. I purchased our meals, and we resumed our travel. Luckily, Colmart wasn't more than a mile down the road. I bought a case each of every soda that was not diet. Then we went to the garden section, and to my shock, a few saplings had yet to be sold. Several options for tree seeds were available, too. I cleaned them out. Let's go get food to take home now. Miley looked curious. What's your plan for dinner, then? I grinned. Barbecue. We're going to Highway Barbecue. Like their motto says, Highway Barbecue, eat flesh. I'm getting every kind of meat that can be smoked. Maybe we can take everyone into town to the manor and share it with Vanessa. I know, Mary loves barbecue. In fact, I should call in the order since it's going to be big. Everyone helped unload the trailer and stash the training equipment in the dojo, after which the entire family, as well as Hank, ate ball and write an absolute masterpiece of a science fiction story. Damn! That's crazy! I'm rooting for you, Electrancy. Go, 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 go! Do it! I believe! I believe! Abject failure of a comedy. That's not fair because my next story is a comedy horror. I work at the 7-Eleven and I ate my boss. He is the slushy machine. And then it's like he works the night shift, but it's like the slushy machine like controls the night shift, and it's like controls his mind and makes him do stuff if he doesn't listen to the slushy machine the entire time. And then we will narrate it like this, and it will be very good. We will be like, oh no, it is not a good time. He is coming for me. Last time I woke up and I had 18 stitches in my arm, and they said, oh, how did you stab yourself with a knife 22 times? And I said, oh, I didn't feel the first 21, so I didn't know. It was not good. Directed by M. Night Shyamalan. True. True. The twist at the end is that he could have left anytime, and anytime he's not at his job, he's fine. So he could have just literally quit, but he just didn't want to quit to fucking 7-Eleven. Just like the simplest fucking solution, but he just refuses to do it. And then you build his entire character off of him being like, stick to routine. Once he has a routine, the only thing that can fuck up that routine is like something interrupting his routine. I watched the first episode of the original Battletoads cartoon last night. Now I want a realistic version, still animated, but the toads actually killing the enemies. Battletoads! That'd be badass. As well as Hank and his girls made ready to go to town on Guyana. Cressa insisted on carrying her family on her back, regardless of how doing so was considered inappropriate in her culture. She didn't care. And besides, the cultural taboos of my world are unknown on Guyana. She stuck her chest out as if she were expecting praise. I held my hands up. Hey, no skin off my back. It's honestly nobody's business but your family's. Sweetheart, are you sure? I mean, I like the idea, but you're not an animal. You're my wife. Hank was honestly torn between the temptation to accept and the feeling that it was disrespectful to his wife. She's a centaur, by the way. It's fine, love. She really means it. You know, I was riding on her the day you first saw us. Vaughn hugged Hank from the side. Just climb on. Wrap your arms around her waist, under her breasts, please, or else we won't be going anywhere, and then we can be off at a gallop. Cressa gasped. I can behave. Everyone chuckled. That doesn't mean I can, honey. The way Mary and Kate were ripping into the various smoked meat treats, I assumed they must need something in the food. Must need something in the food. Should keep a sample of everything so we can synthesize it. Clearly, they're gonna need more before the babies are born. Mary groaned. Don't remind me. Triplets. Ugh. Kate turned in mild horror. Triplets? Are you sure? Healer and Alex were in attendance. When she heard Kate's question, she nodded. Indeed, the same as you have twins. Kate's eyes bulged. Glad she's staying here for now. Twins aren't as challenging as triplets, but they aren't exactly easy. Take good care of her, Healer. Of course I will. Whatever gave you the thought that I wouldn't? She was affronted. Apologies, but doctors have major debt due to their sub-studies, so they have to charge high prices for their services, and the medications and implants have their own costs, then administrative fees, so oftentimes they won't give proper care without adequate funding. I mean, no disrespect. It's just a bad habit, and both Mary and Kate need your help. If I can provide you with anything to ensure you can give them all the attention they need, just name it. They're both extremely important to me, as are all my wives. How horrible. Never fear. I will care for all of your family, although I don't need anything myself. Alex could use some new shoes, apparently. He says that none of his shoes will go with his new dresses, and he won't stop pestering me. It is somewhat distracting. And in this world, basically the behaviorisms and culturalisms on feminism and masculinity are swapped. So men wear makeup and dresses, and women are dominant. And they control everything. And men are like, you know, prissy little bitches. I'll take care of it, Mary. Would you mind brainstorming with Alex? Then give me the shopping list and his shoe size. Mary smiled. Sure, I'd love to geek out over some designer shoes. Order them online. Don't try to get them from a local store. Alex needs good shoes, not Calmart trash. Rana chimed in. We've set the satellites so your phone will work even here. So just hand it to her and let her do the shopping directly. Otherwise, you'll mess things up. I'd do it myself, but your measurements are different. Oh, gimme! She reached out with her sauce-covered hands, demanding my phone. Ahem! You might want to wipe your hands off first. She looked and blushed. Shut up! Back at the treehouse, in the dojo that had been added above the main house, I started setting everything up. Why did you need those static targets? The hard light projector can offer anything you want. I know how to train with these, unlike your projections. These are stationary and solid, so I know they won't break when I hit them. Normal arrows pass through them to impact something or someone else. Miley frumped, but accepted my reasoning. So those are for practicing forms, and you can use the projector to train combat skills. I nodded. These here are small enough for even a toddler to train with, so I can begin training our children as soon as they're old enough. Finally placed the last katana on the sword rack, ready for practice. Alright, let me test out these projections. I'll use the nunchucks this time. God damn, my nose is freaking the fuck out. It is not having a good time. Alright. Miley activated the projector, and I soon faced 4 armed assailants of varied races. Their faces were too perfect, and they felt creepy as a result. Uncanny Valley! They came at me with a methodical, unrealistic attack pattern. It's only challenging because there were 4 of them. Ducking and weaving as I moved, the nunchuck swung with deadly efficiency, impacting stomachs and heads with precision. Whoa, Matt called. That's so cool. Gabby thought I wasn't aware of one coming from behind, and she raised her hand to attack it, only for nothing to happen. Look out, she called, only to stare in shock as I effortlessly disarmed the attacker and cracked its skull. All 4 projections dissipated into sparkles of light. Why didn't my magic work? That would be because there wasn't any water in their bodies. Can't manipulate what isn't there. Whole room is kept at low humidity, too, so there's little water in the air either. I ruffled her hair. How about you 3 grab your bows and start practicing with the targets? Never aim at the same one twice in a row. Miley spoke next. You don't need your arrows. The projector will provide you with unlimited arrows. Just keep shooting till you can't shoot anymore. Lisa couldn't keep silent after that. Let me try that first. If the arrows that your create don't fly the same way real ones do, then it will teach bad habits. She took Gabby's bow, since hers wasn't in the dojo, and the projector provided an arrow for her to test. It flew true, and the air currents in the dojo altered the flight exactly as expected. Huh, not bad. It even hit off the mark, exactly the way I'd have assumed with the breeze in here. All the physics of the arrow's flight have been calculated to the tiniest degree. We're quite particular about these simulations and how we test new weapon types or shielding. Rana was quite proud of the technology of her people produced. I personally tweaked this simulator to accommodate your antiquated weaponry. Antiquated? Lisa demanded. From their perspective, or even mine, yes, bows and arrows are from a distant past, not a current weapon type. Still, I wouldn't have used that word. I'd have said traditional. Still used for hunting. I actually have a bow, a hunting bow. Rana scratched her head in embarrassment. Sorry, Lisa, I wasn't trying to offend you. It's like James said, they are traditional to my people. So traditional that nobody has bothered to make or use them for over a millennium, at the very least. An energy rifle makes them useless. The thought of her beloved bow being useless shocked Lisa. Sean, why couldn't you have one more word? You should have one more word. Can never be perfect, right? It would be 666. No, it was a good chapter. The deviation and the food and everything, oh my god. You set up for the dojo and you're expecting that, and then it's like, oh my god, we get to eat first. Of course we get to eat before we go to the dojo. It's the only way it could possibly be, right? But again, I would say more conflict. Change shock to affected, and then add deeply. Lol. I mean, jealousy, tension, something, you know? Especially during, like, training and stuff like that, right? I almost want to do it, now you pointed it out. Like, I specifically mean, like, Cressa and fucking whatever Hank's wives are towards James. Because, like, Hank just doesn't quite live up to James. But Hank loves them, right? And he's willing to breed them. So it's like, there's the compromise there. But just, like, hinting at those both those sides, I think, just the tiniest bit, would just add some spice to this. Because that's what I mainly think your stories are missing, Sean, is just spice. Not the actual sex, but like something to add a little bit of, you know, intellectual conflict, a little bit of jealousy, a little bit of, you know, negative emotion. Hank is a little slower to accept more wives, but he'll get there. But yeah, just something along those lines. Because again, I mean, it was sugar, spice, and everything nice. Indeed. Indeed. But it is like, again, slice of life, harem stories are not my cup of tea, right? The closest thing I know to that is like 5 hearts under one roof. And it's like the whole point of it is like all of the bitches fighting over the dude. But in this, it's like harem, they're all married, right? He'll become a dairy farmer, you can count on it. Yep, I can definitely see that, Sean. But as far as like the pacing and the smoothness of the chapter, the dialogue and everything is fine. It's just, I want there to be something that builds tension, something that, you know... But that's just, again, that's me, right? That's what I'm looking for in the story, and that's why I don't read, like, slice of life harem, unless it's, like, literal smut. All the miniaturists loving on his future. True. Alright. Country Girl, are you back? Are you ready? If not, we will carry on with Eye of the World.